I think it was absolutely a marvelous, that nothing short of a miracle, if I may. It's a modern day miracle that we go into a neighborhood and we feed the ones that are overlooked, the brothers and sisters that are forgotten about, to see little children come up, man, and we feed the kids and you put a smile on their face. And I don't know, I the old me come up running through the projects, Bunky, y'all. You understand? Came up running through the projects and playing on the playground in the projects. But the one thing I never remember is seeing in the projects was men dressed in all black saying we are the true Jews of the Bible. You understand? I didn't get that growing up in the projects at all. I got the lies that each and every last one of us got. And when guess where those lies came from? That Christian church. If we seen anybody that was coming in our neighborhood and was passing out anything, guess what? Can anybody guess when that was? If you seen somebody coming through your neighborhood that was not from there, with all the violence and everything that was going on in neighborhoods, why do you think they was in the neighborhood? What would outsiders be doing in the neighborhood, Baba Kushar? Anybody know? Want to give a shot at it? Go ahead. You two up. Go ahead. It's on. Bunky, y'all. It probably, hold on. I got you. Go ahead. It's on. I said, outsiders coming into your neighborhood as a child. Is the mic on? It looks. Oh, so the outsiders coming into the neighborhood. Why do you think they was coming into our neighborhoods?
For one, they wanted to see what was going on. You know,
want to see what was going on. What else?
About, what was all these people that was around. Just trying to see the surroundings of what what's going on today. Well, you don't see it every day.
Where I'm from, we only see outsiders come around on Christmas and Thanksgiving to pass out turkeys or to play Santa Claus. You understand? We went to that neighborhood for no reason at all. We went simply because we love Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. We went because Commander Jenny Hunter has shown us how to love our people. And that's through strict keeping the law, statutes, and commandments and treating your people how you wish to be treated, man. You understand? That's the key. That's it. Love the Lord with all thy heart, thy mind. Everything that you do, you start there first. Fear the Lord. Then you treat your brothers and your sister how you wish to be treated. If you do those things like that, everything else you'll get right. You'll get right along that way, right? But we don't know that because we've picked up so many lies along the way. So before we get into it, Yanazar, you got any hot topics? If you're speaking, brother, I can't hear you.
It's a lot of. Can you hear me now, sir?
Con, if you could, can you turn your output down on your mic, Bob Grishaw?
Output down, sir. Come. So, like I said, how about sir? Now?
Say again.
How about now, sir?
That's a lot better. Throw it out.
Come, sir.
Come on, Yanazar.
Okay, so as we all know, there's a lot of things going down in this earth. But one of the things that I saw that was kind of interesting was that, like, there's this politician in New York, this Black politician. And I can't think of his name. I think it's Simon or something. He's from Westchester County, which is just north of New York City, right? So he was attacked today. Like, they did 3 different segments on his brother. And the reason why they're attacking him is because he spoke out against Israel. So now they went back as far as with this brother, so that at one time in 2022, he pulled a fire alarm by mistake. And like, they try to make it seem like he committed a felony. So long story short, Adawan, if you go up against those small hats, this was proof again that they will destroy you. They're going to destroy this brother. And not only that, they gerrymandered his district, and he lost 40% of his base was taken out of the district because they gerrymandered. They changed the border of the district.
Yanazar.
Come on, sir.
Don't they tell us that we have to join the game and fight fight the oppression from the inside?
Yeah, they've been telling us that lies since for 400 years, man.
I thought they said if we get our people into power and we vote them in, we can make legitimate changes with what happens to our brothers and our sisters, right?
Since we've gotten Voters' Rights Act and all of these other acts, Civil Rights Act, we've deteriorated as a country, as a people.
I thought they said if you could be an outstanding citizen of this empire, then you can have a formulated opinion about something and people will accept it, right? And isn't that what they tell us, Yonazar?
But if you don't step on certain toes.
Oh, okay. I would care to believe it don't matter what toe you are. I would care to say it doesn't matter what toes that you step on. You know, this empire always wanted to see us as a permanent underclass in this empire, man. Always in servitude, never supposed to have an opinion, and no matter how successful that you think you are. LeBron James speaks out and he gets told, shut up and dribble. Right. Colin Kaepernick, wasn't it? Colin Kaepernick took a knee and they told him, what are you taking a knee for? You're a football player. Stand up and play the game. Like, police brutality has nothing to do with why you're taking a knee. Like, so many things. It's eye-opening that we live with these atrocities from day in and day out. We see them all on the news. We see them throughout history. But yet and still, we still think that we just ain't quite found the key yet to being a part of this society. Let me let y'all in on a secret. Y'all come a little close. Come real close. Look real good. Look, listen, you're never going to be a part of this society. You understand?
That's right.
They will never accept the Lord's chosen people to be a part of something outside of us being in servitude under these bastards. You understand? It's never going to happen. So the best thing for us to do as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians is learn how to love one another. You understand? With that being said, let me get the let's go to the book of 1 John 4 and 20, Baba Kashaw. 1 John 4 and 20.
Come on, sir. I have it.
Come on and read it for me, brother.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20.
Come on.
If a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
Mm-hmm.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen?
Oh man, that's heavy, ain't it? So somebody, let's start from the top and let's break that thing down, okay? So we can really understand what is being said here. So read it again from the top real slow for me, Baba Kashaw.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. If a man say, I love God and hateth his brother.
All right, so stop right there. If a man says he loves the most high power and hated his brother, right? So oftentimes, give me some examples of when people say they love the most high, Baba Kashaw. What does it mean according to the world when they say they love the most high? Well, what do the Christian church say that loving God is?
Salaki, sir. Going to the Christian church every Sunday.
Going just showing up to church, right? What else?
They think that
paying your tithes. What else?
Like I said,
the brother, young man. Anytime you want to speak, brother, just raise your hand and say Salakia. All right, and I'll call on you. Okay, Most High in Christ. So we got, you know what I'm saying. You two are. Go ahead, Yonazar. I'm listening.
They say all the time that it's your faith. Just have faith.
Just have faith in God, right?
Yeah.
But we know being in this school. So what does it mean to love God then?
It's like it, sir.
To
obey him.
Right.
To keep his commandments.
There you go. So we know that. So this right here in this scripture is going to break it down what Christians say all the time. And it's going to break it down the hypocrisy that they live by in the Christian church, in all religions, right? So it says, read it again from the top for me, officer.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
If a man say, I love God and
All right,
hate
so a man saying that he loved God, he is what is happening though when he says that? He just speaking words.
Right.
Like anybody can just say words, right?
God.
But we all know that anytime you want to do something, it requires a what? A action, right?
Right.
If a man say he love is an action. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. To show love is an action. It requires us to do something, right? You just can't say it, right? It requires you to do something. So if you say that you love God, what is the action that's required for you to prove that you love God? What is that? To keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? So read on.
Khan. And hateth his brother.
And hated his brother. So a man said he loved God, but hated his brother, right? So what does it mean to hate your brother? So hold on before we go. So now we understand what it means to love God, right? Everybody know what that means, right? To keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. There's an action required. So the other part about it, and say he hated his brother. So how do you hate your brother?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
For example, like how we're divided by neighborhoods and divided by, whatever color that we wear. You from this hood, I'm from that hood. We all, we hate each other. That's a form of hating your brother. You from this side, I'm from that side. You from the hill, I'm from the bottom, from up top. So that's kind of how it is, how they divide us and conquer us.
Right. Now, there's nothing wrong with being from different sides of the hill.
Right.
But when we do things against each other, being from different sides of the hill, that's how we show that we hate each other.
Right. That's the point I was getting at. Yep.
Done. Hatred is also an action statement as well. Come on, Bunky.
So like if I may, we saw firsthand, with your boy Julio. That's a prime example of brothers hating other brothers.
Right. So the hatred is also an action as well. So there's an action that comes with loving the Most High, and there's an action that comes with hating your brother. Right. So we seeing these actions that are taking place. Read on, Kwamapar.
Salaki, he is a liar.
He is a what?
He is a liar.
Now, why would he be a liar? What would make someone a liar in this instance, based on this context? Akashka, what would make someone a liar based on this context?
So, like I said, if you say you love God and hate your brother, you must be a liar, because God is telling us to go and look for our brothers and bring them into the truth.
Mm-hmm. That's true, but what else I'm looking for? You want it, but I'm looking for something specifically. Bob Kashab. Who else want to try it?
So like it, sir.
Come on, Yonazar.
Like, okay, so we like hating your brother without a cause is a sin, first of all. So if you hate your brother without a cause, you understand, and that's a big problem in our community, because we've been trained to look for reasons to hate a brother. Like the brother just said, he wearing a different color, he from the other side of the street. So you're breaking God's law by hating your brother without a cause. So that's at the basis of it.
Right. But listen, both love and hate requires what?
Actions.
Thank you. The water. So if your actions are not aligning up with what you say you're doing, then you must be telling they what?
Allah is a contradiction. It contradicts itself.
You're a liar. You found out to be a lie. If you say you love the Most High, these are the actions that are required. These are the things that are necessary for you to prove that you love the Most High. These are the things that you're doing to prove that you hate your brother. They do not align. So therefore, you are a what? Liar. There is no brotherhood in that. Your actions in serving the Lord has to meet your actions in how you love your brother. You understand? That should be no separation, right? You got to look at your brother as you look at yourself. That's required of you, what? Loving the Lord. So if you're not doing those things, you are a liar. Do we know anybody that lies? The Christian church tell lies all the time. That's why when I started out, I said that what do they say all the time in the church? They love God. Oh my God. Oh my, not my Jesus. Glory. Ain't that what they be saying? I love you, sister. I love you, brother. But then as soon as you leave out of that church, you talking cash money. As soon as you walk out those doors, you can sit around the usher board and you hear them say all type of wicked things, right? And you'll be sitting there looking like, you know what? You don't love that brother. You absolutely what? You hate that brother.
You hate him.
You don't love that sister. You absolutely hate that sister. And it's all based on your what? Actions. The things you do from day to day matter. Everybody know that, correct? Your actions and the things that you do matter. You can say 1,000 words. You can say that you can say, man, I know how to work on cars. But let me see you turn this wrench, and I'll know if you work on cars or not. You understand what I'm saying? You say, man, I've written 3,000 books, but until I see you formulate a chapter in a book, I know you're telling me a what? You're lying.
A lie.
You're telling a lie. So that's how we look at brothers and sisters when we talk about serving the Lord. You talking about a brother who shows brotherhood, it's going to be based on his actions. You talking about a sister who loves the Lord, it's going to be based on her what? Her actions. Her actions are based in line with what the Most High requires of every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. And if your actions do not align with the Most High and what you're doing and how you treating a brother or sister, you must be telling her what? A lie. Read on.
Mm-hmm. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen?
So break that down for me. So this going to go further and further into it. It says what again? Read it from the top.
Sir. For he that loveth not his brother.
So he that loveth not his brother, right? It loveth is once again a what?
Action.
Action, right? So you show this is not the action that you show. You don't love your brother. The action that you shown shows that you what? You do not love your brother, right? Read on.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he have seen.
All right, so whom he have seen, what does this mean? So this a brother that you don't love and you see him. What is this saying?
Like people that you see, like Salaki, sir, people that you see out in society every day. Like a brother that might be less fortunate or, in need of something. And you don't show love by trying to help him, like get him some food or water, just something simple, like just showing him love as far as that, like trying to help somebody in need.
Just keep it plain. Your actions don't show that you love your brother.
Yeah, God.
And you see this brother every single day. You understand what I'm saying? You walk by this brother every day and you don't even know this brother's name. You don't know what's going on with this brother. You hear Commander General Hunter, General Hyman, and the generals ask, hey, what's going on with y'all? It's required in showing love to ask your brother. It's customary to say, how you doing, brother? Everything toward with you? Well, we say it all the time when we see each other. That's why we give the greeting, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Barakatah. We're saying, hey, what's up with you? What's going on in the name of the Lord? Bless you, brother. What's happening? Those things are actions. You can't just do it inside of your head. So many of us think we can, oh yeah, it requires work. We cannot be lazy in showing love to our brothers and sisters. Commander General Hunter said we have to be extreme. You know what it means to show extreme love, an extreme act of kindness? It would be something similar to what Christ did. You know what Christ did, right? To show us that he loved us, he gave up his life. That's extreme love. That's extreme. But today, I'm asking us as Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, just show love. Just treat somebody how you would want to be treated, right? That's love. And that love is a what? It's an action, right? Read it again, Kwame Par. Come on.
Like if I may, sir.
Please.
In Esau's court system, they have this phrase called the burden of proof.
Okay.
All right. And it's a legal standard that requires parties to provide evidence to demonstrate that a claim is valid.
Oh.
So with respect to proving that you love the Most High Power, it's evident by the way you treat your brother.
Come.
You know, loving him as yourself.
Right.
Salaki.
Right. It's you have to have substance and you showing love to your brother. It's an action that is required. You can't just say it like my brother Shabayala just said. You can't just love in word, but in action and in deed, right? Read on, Kwame Par.
How can he love God whom he have not seen?
Now, this is the question. Why is this question being asked? And what makes this question so important? Come on. Go ahead, Darash. Just make sure you say Salaki, and I can see.
God. Pretty much what it's meaning, sir, is that if you haven't even seen God and you can't even love a brother that's physically here in front of you, how can you love the God that you have not seen?
How can you do it?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
If I could, sir, just to piggyback on what Darash just said, it's like really like it's exposing, like you brought up earlier, Christians. It's exposing like their disingenuous lives. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll tell you straight up they love God, but really, if you really examine it, they only saying that because they don't have to do anything to demonstrate it. God is a figment of their imagination. To them, he's just some invisible person. So I can make up whatever he wants me to do and say, oh yeah, the Lord told me this yesterday. I love God so much and because you don't really got to do nothing. But that brother right there, you got to actually not sleep with his wife.
Right.
You got to actually, treat him a certain way. Feed him when he's hungry. Take care of him when he's down and so on and so forth. So it's just exposing that, these people are, like you said, like it's just lying. Salaki.
Khan. It's simple. That's the action that is required. And because today of Christianity is so prevalent in the earth, a lot of times the Christian thought is just really based on however they feel. No action required to do anything. But when you're talking about really loving the Most High, really loving your brother and loving your sister, there's an action required. And you cannot just say it with your words. There's a specific way we're supposed to act. We have to be cordial to one another. You understand what I'm saying? I remember, do y'all remember that chicken sandwich came out? Popeye's chicken sandwich. And they said, what did they say about the chicken sandwich? Anybody remember?
Salaki, sir.
Come on with it, brother.
Are you talking about when they was fighting and killing each other over the sandwich, or fighting each other over the chicken sandwiches? Is that it?
See, that's what they tell us. That's what they want us to believe about us and what we do. They say that we fight over a chicken sandwich. They tell us that we were fighting in Popeye's chicken because the chicken sandwich was so marvelous. The chicken sandwich was the greatest chicken sandwich ever. We're having dreams about the chicken sandwich. You know what I'm saying? But that's not why we were fighting over the chicken sandwich. Can anybody tell me why we were fighting inside of the Popeye's chicken? Anybody know? I'm gonna give you a clue. The first clue is it wasn't because of the chicken sandwich. Then let me see if you get it right. It wasn't the chicken sandwich. It wasn't the secret recipe. It wasn't the perfect temperature or the perfect breading on the goddamn chicken sandwich. Why would this thing happen inside of Popeyes? Anybody?
Salakia, sir. Selfishness.
Selfishness. What else?
People were hungry.
Okay, people hungry. What else?
You're not thinking about your brother.
You weren't what?
You're not thinking about your brother, because if you're thinking about your brother, a lot of that stuff wouldn't have happened inside of Popeyes.
Read verse 20 from the top. Let me see if y'all get it again. Read verse 20 from the top.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. If a man say, I love God and hate of his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen?
You don't think them Christians was in that church? You don't think them Christians was in Popeyes? I know it was somebody in that line with a Jesus piece on the size of your head. Somebody was in there with some diamond crusted crosses in that damn chicken sandwich line. These fights were happening inside of Popeyes because of lack of love, lack of decorum, lack of brotherhood, lack of sisterhood, and above all, lack of loving the Most High. That's all. There's nothing crazy that's in the goddamn chicken sandwich. Ray Charles cooked better chicken sandwich than that in the goddamn movie Ray. You know, he was in that chicken. She like, Ray, don't be cooking the chicken in the dog, you know, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Don't be cooking the chicken sandwich in the dog, Ray. These things happen in our community because we don't love each other. We don't love the Most High. But we go to church every Sunday. Your grandmother put on her big ass bucket hat and sit in the front row, front pew, all year long, and we still having fights inside of a Popeye's chicken. It's lack of decorum, lack of love for one another, lack of discipline, lack of not knowing who we are. You see how important it is? In Isupk, we don't have that. We don't have that. Commander General Hunter feeds thousands at the Passover. You understand what I'm saying? And nobody, not one soul gets out of order and bumps into somebody and has an altercation. It will not happen in Isupk. Because why? Because we have decorum. Because why? Because we love the Most High. Because we have brotherhood. Because we have sisterhood. And if you don't have it, you're going to stick out like a goddamn sore thumb.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We do it. But it's not magic. You have to come to class. You have to sit down and shut your mouth and learn to listen and be taught all over again. Because where I come from, we used to say, just to see a fight get started, you ever hear somebody say, the baddest one hit my hand? Y'all ever did something like that? Yeah, baddest one hit my hand first. Now you got to fight for no reason at all. These are the things that happen in our neighborhoods, and we just generally accept them. But we don't understand how hurt we've been over the years. And what happens is we have an outward expression or action in our daily transactions because of our hurt. You understand? Because of our lack of understanding. Because we don't have the Bible and we're not living by it, even though we have churches on every corner. You understand? So our job is to go out and teach our people who the Most High is and what he requires. And he requires us what? Action. Love is a action, right? That's it on that. Read verse 21.
Sir.
Come on.
Verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also.
He that love who?
That he who loveth God.
If you love the Most High, right? Go ahead.
Love his brother also.
You got to love your brother, man. It's once again another what? Action that is required. You know what Commander General Hunter did this weekend? He sent his soldiers out to perform a what? An action. And we showed the people that are in that projects what love was. Damn right. That's all. There wasn't no fights out there. Even though we was in the PJs. Right. We lined them up. We said, get in line. Smallest, let the little babies, let these little children eat. We fed them, which is what? In action. That's what the Most High wants from us. Right. You cannot just say you love the Lord with your what? With your tongue. That's the action that's required. You cannot say you love your brother with your words. There's an action that's required. You cannot say you love your sister. Shalom, your eyes. Shut up. Do it. And sometimes love doesn't always feel good, brothers and sisters. It's not. It's your job. Somebody doing it's on you. Don't let nobody change your thoughts about who you are.
That's right.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Don't let somebody bad day be your bad day. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Ayathan. Come.
So like love ain't always what you want to hear. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Sometimes in order for your parents to show you that they really love you, they have to tell you that thing that your friends and nobody else will tell you. And it's gonna hurt you sometimes, but you're gonna be better off for it.
Yeah. Right. That should give him a hand. Damn right. Love is correction. I remember my old man used to be like, I'm doing this because I love you. Oh shit. I don't know about all this. I'm about to die. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord say, who we chastity, he loveth, right? It wasn't a chicken sandwich, Akim. We can fix our problems in any community, no matter where we go, if we learn to keep the law, statutes, and commandments and love your brother. That's right in front of you. That's right next to you. Yeah, I know he get on your damn nerves. I know his breath stinks in the morning. That's your brother. I know you don't like your sister wig. You think that lace front is ugly and she probably should take it off. But don't crack on your sister. If you love her, show her how to fix it.
Right.
All right. That's all. Read on.
That was the end of 21, though. That was the end of 21.
Most High in Christ. Drop that. Let me get Matthew 5 and 22. If anybody got any comments that they want to put in on the YouTube, y'all put your comments in. We'll read them. You know what I'm saying? This y'all may not be physically in class, but y'all in class on YouTube. So type your comments in. We'll read those comments. All right. Come on.
God.
Salakia, sir. I got it. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 22.
Come on.
But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
No, I want to go there. Go to Matthew 25 and 40. I want to hold that one to later.
Right, shalom.
Like I guess there you go. And with that, I'm gonna turn the class over to preaching prophet of the Lord, Captain of 13,000, Captain Nayatat Banyamin. Y'all clap it up. Most High in Christ.
I try to time it.
You did, Cap.
Yeah, I try to time it.
Most High in Christ.
Yeah, how y'all doing?
We swab, sir.
All right, most High. Shalom. Y'all bashim yashai bakatham to the brothers. Shalom shemal tabashim yashai to the sisters. All right, where we at? Right now.
I was just going over some brotherhood scriptures out of one.
Okay. Any scriptures? Any questions in the chat so far?
Not that I see out of one.
Okay. All right.
You good.
Let's see. Do me this solid. What's his name? Tabo 1.
Khan.
You had the text I sent you there.
Yes, sir.
You wanna you able to? Let me see if I'm able to. I don't know if I'm able to put it up on the screen though. But you could read it. You could start reading it, right?
Khan, sir.
All right, and what we're going into is, we'll stay on brotherhood, but we're going, we're going to get into a little bit of history, right?
Khan.
All right. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. Salaki, if I could, sir. This is chapter 9.
Chapter 9, and this is from the book A Century of Dishonor by Helen Jackson Hunt.
Khan.
A Century of Dishonor, right? Like many of us may not have heard of the book, but it's been around for years, maybe over 50 years. Right? But like the oppressor, he suppresses everything that's your history. You know what I mean? Even though it's Native Indians are what our people. You understand? Unlike our history on slavery, the oppressor, he has suppressed it. He doesn't want it being taught in schools. He doesn't want it being taught anywhere. Forget the church. The church is designed not to talk about what? About your oppression. You understand? The church is designed not to talk about your history. It's designed. Instead, the church takes the time to do what? To try and do what? What does the church try and do? Take the time to try and do. That's why so many of these young warriors run out of there. What does the church do? To young brothers. Any answers? Anybody want to take a shot at it?
You said what? Church do?
Yeah, what did the church? Go ahead, about that one.
Yeah, find the time to take your money and molest your children.
That is correct, but is more so it's more than money. Yeah, go ahead, Akashka.
I think that the church assists the young men and old men to become effeminate.
Right, that's it. It takes your manhood, and that's worth more than money.
Right.
You understand? Your manhood is worth more. Your masculinity is worth more than money. And the church find time to take that away from you. You understand? It turns you into somebody that's docile. You understand? It gives you a sense of numbness towards your people. So even though you see your brother being abused by a cop, it's an American problem, not an oppressor problem. It's an American problem. You understand? When it's an oppressor problem, they're at war right now with the Palestinians. You tell me there's no Palestinian across here, nothing is happening to him by chance. You understand? You understand the psychology behind it? When there was when there was in the Middle East and was, in the heart, in the what's the best word I'm looking for it? But when there was at war with Iraq, with these Arabs, you understand? You telling me what? There was no mention of a police on deleting a Hamas member, not Hamas, but an Arab in America. You understand? So it's by design what they're doing to us, and you're gonna read about it. You're gonna read that. We're just going to skim the surface of it. There's so many stories out there. You understand? They don't want you teaching about your rebellious brothers in the past, your brothers who rebel against oppression. They want you teaching about that. They want that in the schools. Right? Come on. Read it for me.
Come.
So just read the heading. Let's read the heading on the first page. Right? That's the highlighted part.
Chapter 9. Massacres of Indians by whites.
You understand? And that's the chapter right there. Massacres by who?
Massacres of Indians by whites.
Of Indians by white, the native Indians. You mean what they call the indigenous people today of America. You understand?
Okay.
They were what? They were massacred. But they don't use that, and they try not to use those words in history when they're describing it to young brothers and sisters that go into school. They try to take out certain words from these school. I don't know if somebody could look up and see what words they take or what words they're using right now in these schools when it talks about the oppression that we went through in America. Alongside with these native Indians. There's certain words they don't want to describe because why? These words, what do these words like massacre, like murderer? These words, what do these words do to your reputation? What does it do? What?
So like, sir, taints your reputation.
Yes, it makes you look like a what? So when they say what does the word what do they say the word Indian means?
Savages.
Savage. You understand? So now if the Indian is savage, when an Indian die, it's what?
Like it's looked at as a good thing.
Yeah, he a savage. So why are you crying over a savage? He's an animal. You understand? So certain words they use when they describe us is to make you look like an animal. So guess what? Go ahead.
I'm about to say it's almost if they say it's better off they're better off that they unalive. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Become.
That's why you hear so many quotes of like one of these quotes. I forget the president name. Somebody could look it up, right? That said, the only good Indian is a deleted Indian.
Come.
Right? I forget the name of the president that said it. Right? Which lets you know how they viewed the Indians, the native Indians, the indigenous people of America today.
Okay.
Right? All right. Go ahead.
So did you want a listing of the words?
If you could get it back here, yes, I want it, because brothers and sisters listening to this class, they need to understand what America has done to our history. You understand? No, you can't tell a black man could never tell an American history. They will never allow us to write or to to give a history on their their history, or writing on their history. They'll never do it. They will never look at it. Come on.
Theodore Roosevelt said that the only good Indian is a dead Indian.
Yes. Theodore, that was a what? He was a what?
Edomite.
No. Yeah, he was. But what was he?
The president of the 45th president of the United States.
Yeah, not the 40 what?
The 45th.
No. 45th is Donald Trump.
45th president of the United States.
Theodore Roosevelt.
You say maybe I'm reading the quote wrong, but it says that there. I'll read it. I'll read it further.
No. Don't you right with Theodore Roosevelt, but he was not the 45th, but he was the president. I don't know what number he was, but he was the president of the United States. And what they're trying to say is basically is that the same thing Theodore Roosevelt said is the same implication that who is saying right now.
So that here, Trump.
Donald Trump. That's why you see the word 45th in there.
Cancer.
You understand?
Cancer.
Because they're linking what Theodore Roosevelt said to what Donald Trump is saying. Remember, the Bible said there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new. Right? It's like today. Black people think we're not in slavery today. But we actually are in slavery. And we are actually in a worse slavery.
Cancer.
You understand? Because we're in a slavery right now where we don't even know we're in a slavery. We don't even know. 50 years or 100 years ago, we knew who the oppressor was. We knew who the devil was. Today, we don't. And that's bad. That's real bad. Right? Bankel. Come on. Mm-hmm.
So the title of this article is Critical Race Theory Buzzwords List, released and deleted by Texas Policy Organization. So here are some of the buzzwords. CRT, critical race theory or culturally responsive teaching. Equity, diversity and inclusion. Cultural, multicultural competence. Implicit, unconscious, internalized bias. Social justice or restorative justice. Systemic, structural, institutional racism or oppression. Microaggressions, anti-racism, white privilege, fragility, supremacy, culture, prejudice, CQ, like IQ, but cultural intelligence.
Right. So in other words, they're saying those are the lists of words they're using right now. Right.
These are words that a Texas Public Policy Foundation tried to remove. They tweeted this and they deleted the tweet. But you know,
Yes.
what's put on the internet is there.
That's right. Yeah, they're trying to take these words out because it's implying what? Okay, it's implying what? That he's a what? He's a slave master. It's implying that what? That there's no such thing as what? Equality in America. You understand? But they want to make sure that you do not use these words. And of course, you can't call the oppressor the murderer on the face of the earth. Why? Because that removes his reputation. Now he can't be the one to do what? To go try and police the earth. You understand? Nobody will take his justice seriously like what's going on right now. The Lord is exposing them. That war, all these wars that are happening on the earth, the Lord is exposing them. That they're not just people, that they are just criminals that's running the entire earth.
Right.
And then make us look like what? Criminals. Right? How much years we've been told that black men ain't good fathers? How much years that been going on for? And then when you go do the research, you go get the numbers, it's a lie. When black men love their children, but because of policies that America put on us, we can't see the kids. Black men can't see the kids. And then black men, they're put in a position where it's either they're going to have to hold on to the manhood or they're going to have to succumb to the oppression these policies put on them. And I'd rather hold on to my, you know what I mean, my NUTSI. You understand? All right. So tab 1, right? Go to the second page now. The second, right? And you can read, you can start at the top.
Come on, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. And somebody give me Ecclesiastes, I think 12, and I think Ecclesiasticus 12 and 12.
It says, the next year also was marked by a council of great significance at Conestoga.
Mm-hmm.
In the spring of this year, an Indian called Santini had been killed by 2 white men.
Right, had been what?
Had been killed by 2 white men.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
Brothers named Cartledge.
Right. So this native Indian was what? Was killed by these 2 white men. Right? You know our story, that something that happened back then in the 17 or 1800s. Now, when you read it, you're gonna be thinking, you know what I mean, they had it good back then. They did had it good back then. But the problem, you're gonna see the problem here. Read.
Okay. At this time, it was not only politic, but necessary for the English to keep on good terms with as many Indians as possible.
And this is what you're gonna have to understand, right? This is what you're gonna have to understand with the oppressor. It's something we all gonna have to learn, or else we're gonna all learn it the hard way when it comes to the oppressor. He does not give a jack squat about any one of us. You understand? If he is talking nice to you, is because, you know what I mean, at that time it's necessary to talk nice to you. You understand? What does the Bible say? Give me Psalms. I think is where it say his words is soft as oil. Give me that one.
So, Lucky, sir, did you still want Ecclesiasticus 12 and 12? I'm holding if you need it. Sir.
Give me no, give me 12 and 10, but hold 12 and 10 for me. I want that one in Psalms first. Right?
Salaki, sir, are you looking
Come on.
for the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21? The
What?
words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Yes. Right? Meaning what? His words are what? It's song what? It's song good in your ears, man. Song good. You understand? Song real good. Like the Declaration of Independence. Is that the one where it say all men are created equal? Yeah, it song real good. Until you had to go in front of a judge, right? Or until you had to go into the health system. Until you have to go sign up for a job. Now understand this. Is Donald Trump a criminal according to their law? He is a criminal. Right? He is a criminal according to their law. But guess what? He gonna have a job.
Right.
Me and you go be criminals. We go trump up them charges, 34 charges. Brother, we done. We done. We ain't getting no, we gonna get what you call side jobs. Or jobs under the table. Forget about that. I mean, that 9 to 5. If you go get him charges, he get. Forget about it. Nobody wants to deal with you. Yeah, fraud. Give me the charges. Who could get the charges? Look up the charges he was charged with. And then more than likely, he is not going to spend what? A day in jail. Not a night. Not a couple hours. He's not going to spend 1 minute in a jail cell. But black men been in prison for over what? Decades and innocent. That's why I say is what? This justice is what? Systematic. You understand? It's basically systematic oppression. Where there's a justice for the oppressor and there's justice for black men and black women, Hispanic, Native Indian. Likewise. You understand? Who has the charges? Donald Trump, the past president and fitted to be the president of United States in November. Let's hear his charges.
Come on, sir. You want just the most recent one he got found guilty of?
Yeah, what you found guilty of?
Falsifying business records. Trump was charged with 34 felony counts of the same charge, meaning he was accused of falsifying business records.
So now hold on. He get found guilty for falsifying business record. So what do you think he's going to do when he's in office? You're going to trust him with papers? You can imagine you going to work for a bank. You're going to work for a bank. And they say, hold on, you get charged for falsifying business. They're going to tell you, shalom. We'll call you. Don't call us. We'll call you, okay? We'll call you in 2 weeks, but don't call us. We'll call you. You are never getting that call back. You understand? Read on.
In the book, sir, or with his charges?
No. I want them charges. Let's read about that criminal.
Donald Trump became the first former American president to be convicted of felony crimes Thursday, as a New York jury found him guilty of all 34 charges in a scheme to illegally influence the 2016 election through a hush money payment to a porn actor who said the two had sex.
A what?
A porn actor.
No, you clearly could see this man character is, is shaky. Is extremely shaky. You having sexual relations with a porn star. So his morality is what, on E? You understand? His integrity is on E, but he gonna be the president. He gonna be the president.
So Salaki, sir.
Come on.
If I could read a little bit more, sir.
Come on, bring it. Come on.
It says,
yeah, I'm talking too much. Come on, cut me.
Sir.
Go ahead.
Falsifying business records charges carry up to 4 years behind bars. Though Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg would not say Thursday whether prosecutors intend to seek imprisonment, and it is not clear whether the judge, who earlier in the trial warned of jail time for gag order violations, would impose that punishment even if asked. The conviction and even imprisonment will not bar Trump from continuing his White House pursuit.
Yeah, because why? This Tuesday, he gonna have what? He's scheduled to have what?
Officer Yanazar said sentencing.
No. This is he has a debate.
Oh yeah, come on.
He's scheduled to have a debate, a criminal, a feloniac.
Salaya, sir.
Uh-huh.
Salaya, what's crazy is he can do all that and still get a job. A black man with a felony can't even find a job.
That's exactly what I've been saying. You understand? You might as well, you know what I mean, go get a side job doing something.
Right.
No, you go how to get a job under the table. But this bastard, he gonna be on Air Force One. You understand?
Like, if I may add one.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, the debate gonna be on public television, right? With all the publicity and endorsements of all the news stations. But if we even say some words other than small hat, we speak out against any of the atrocities or anything that befall us, you know, they cut us short.
Yeah,
they shadow ban all our YouTube channels and Facebook and everything, sir. And
yes,
we're not criminals.
Yes, Isupk.
Come.
But the words, and that's what you're gonna have to understand with ESO. When it comes to ESO, all right, certain words, it's, you know what I mean, like for example, remember we went over propaganda, right? All they have to say is, if they say they write some story in some papers about one of us being, you know what I mean, the R word. You understand? That's all they need. Ain't nobody gonna care to even find the truth. None of that. You understand? Look at the war that's going on right now with Hamas. You understand? It's showing you that the news, that the major networks, they are trash. You understand? Nobody really looks at these major news networks anymore because they have no integrity when it comes to the news. That's right. None whatsoever. Right? You ever hear this saying, money talks, B walks, BS walk? Yeah, that's the oppressor. That's him right there. Right? Now go back to the book for me.
Hey, Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
With what Trump was charged with, had it been a black person, wouldn't he be in prison?
Based on the records of America, yes, or he would not have been able to even run for the presidency. You understand? They would have find something else to get him on.
They would have probably kicked him out from he was charged.
Yes, they would have kick him out. They were the what you call that, the party that he was in. Meaning, if he was what do you call it, Democrat or Republican, they'd have done find somebody to replace him. You understand? But because Donald Trump is pushing on racism, it's building, you know what I mean, it's building up to that right now. Right now, it's not only way in the news, but Europe is getting totally, you know what I mean, they're getting totally left. meaning these Caucasian, these Europeans in certain countries, they want to kick out these other nations. Just like what America been trying to do with who? With the Native Indians. Not the Native Indians, the Mexicans, the Hispanics, right? They're kicking out the Hispanic, but as General was saying last night on the radio show, they're bringing in who? Who they're bringing in?
Ukrainians.
So
like
no, hold on.
China man.
Yeah, the Chinese, man. Why? Because now they fit into, they done buy up a ton of land and done growing a ton of marijuana, weed, have a ton of weed fields. You understand? But that's another story for another day. But let's stick on the brothers, the Native Indians, right here, and learn from them. We are going to have to learn from them as Black people, Hispanics. We are going to have to learn from our indigenous people. Of course, we have a ton of story for ourselves too, but we're going to have to learn from this story right here. Right? Read on.
Hey, Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Officer Iraq. I'm in Durham out here near where we had the mission to Cornwallis projects, and we have some of the members here. And if they were listening, it sounds like if we're against Trump, then them not having any foundation of the truth, or they came here to find out about how Israelites and how we need to keep the law. They may think that we are pro if they leave out without hearing the conclusion of the matter, that we're pro whoever Trump is running against. Are we just against Trump and for anyone else? Or are we against anyone that's running for president? Salaki, sir. Question.
That's a good question. Right? We against, just to answer the question, right? We against anybody that's in that White House. That's right. Anyone that sits in that White House, we are against. And not just we against it. God is against it. The Bible speaks against it. You understand? The Bible speaks against us voting. You understand? Right? That's why you check every presidency that we go and vote for. Is there any change in our neighborhood? Is there any change in our neighborhood? And we're going to see right here in this story, we could relate it to what's going on today. Right? Why? Because with politics, what do they do with politics? When politics time come around, what's one of the things that they try to go on? What are some of the things they try to go on? What do you have in Durham? Is that the mayor or what Iraq? Do they call him the mayor?
Mayor Leo Scipius concert.
Right. What is he going to try to go on to get back in his seat?
The crime bill, sir.
The crime bill.
Concert.
That's it. Crime. His whole thing is crime, 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 crime. When the biggest criminals are who? The oppressor.
Salai, sir.
Come on.
Have you seen that Valentina Gomez woman?
Yeah, we did. We went to a Saturday night show.
Come on,
yeah. What you know what she said?
Comic-Con about black people, about
yes,
how they shouldn't receive reparations, talking about Black Lives Matter, got so many millions of dollars and didn't do nothing for black people. And basically she basically is standing and she sound like Trump. She sound like a female Donald Trump.
Yes. Yes. Iraq.
Comic-Con, sir.
1 minute, right? Tab 1. Check any private chat, right? Just give this brother a call. I think he's trying to get into the class. All right.
Awesome.
So just link him with the YouTube. All right. I just sent the number there. His name is Daryl.
All right. So like, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I got a scripture too, precept. So like,
go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High, thy power shall choose.
Right. So what Ayathon is reading here right now is a law in the Bible. And as we know, this Bible is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The Negroes in America, the Hispanics in America, in South Central America, and the brothers in the Caribbean, the Negroes in the Caribbean. You understand? Right? Read on.
Come. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
One from what?
Among thy brethren.
So first of all, he has to be from your family. He has to be from your family. Barack Obama was not part of our family. Barack Obama was an African from Kenya. How many of you heard about the news right now that's going on in Kenya? What's going on right now in Kenya?
So like, sir, I think some tax protests.
Tax protests, brother. They light the parliament on fire. You understand? It's chaos in Kenya right now. Chaos. I think the city cops use live rounds. You understand? These Africans are not our people. And these are the same Africans they're going to use to go across to try and bring peace in Haiti. Which lets you know this has everything to do with America. It has everything to do with them and the IMF.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
It was reported today that America was contributing $300 million to help bring the Kenyans over there.
You understand? That's the deal, right? And that deal, that 300 million or how much ever million, right? That will have to be repaid to America. You understand? They say Kenya owes like what 68% of the GDP or something. They say it's ridiculous. You understand? It's ridiculous. And they're not us, and we are not them. Right? Read on.
Come. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
We cannot set a stranger over us. We can't set a white man over us. We can't set a Chinese man over us. We cannot set a African over us. That's right. Read on.
Come. Which is not thy brother.
Which is not thy what?
Brother.
Right? Because when they're not your brother, guess what's going to happen? What's going to happen?
Salaya.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna end up on the top and you gonna end up on the bottom.
Yes. And guess what's going to happen? We are going to suffer. We are going to suffer as a people, as a nation. Why? Because nobody cares for our people. Nobody. They look at us as a soul on society. Remember what we brought out last week? What the president or the prime minister of Jamaica said, right? That a Chinese man told him that we are the most stupidest people on the earth. You understand? That's how they look at us when it's because of oppression. Read on.
So that would end of the verse,
right? And the Mosai Tawada, the Mosai choose the man to be over us, and the man to be over us was who, or is who?
So come on, General.
Yes, but who? Commander Joanna serves him.
Our brother.
Yahweh Christ, Jesus Christ. That's our king. That's the man who we have to serve. And the Christian is doing a piss poor job in showing us how to serve Christ, a black man. You can't go and give your allegiance to America and not Christ.
So like you
can't do that. Come on.
It's like not to change the subject, but did you hear the story about the Christian church that's talking about they selling lots in heaven for $100 per square acre?
Yeah, I know somebody would have come up with that mess. But that song, like the preacher, he you know what I mean, he with them pipes. That sound like, you know what I mean, that sound like a pipe dream.
Come on. It done happened before. I was reading over it, and it was a couple of, African tribes or African countries that did that, and some of them pastors got arrested, but now it's another one, I don't know who over the church, but they saying that he's selling land and that he had a conversation with the Most High, and the Most High approved it.
Well, there you go. Let them African go by a square foot of land. They didn't have a square foot of land on the earth. They go get a square foot of land in heaven. Go ahead. Okay, let's get back to the to that book. I want to get some. I want to show you all. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Okay.
I know you all know what happened already, but reading it is almost like, yeah, these people. You know what I mean? We need to, you know what I mean, separate, segregate from these people.
Okay.
You understand? And even though we live, you know what I mean, wherever we live in these low income houses, we live anywhere, you know what I mean, we are to serve the Lord. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do it, or else as a people we are going to be, you know what I mean, at the bottom of the food chain as a people. You understand? Come on.
Come. In the spring of this year, an Indian called Santony had been killed by two white men, brothers in cartilage. At this time, it was not only politic, but necessary for the English to keep on good terms with as many Indians as possible. Therefore, the old record says, Pohe and justice required a rigid inquiry.
Right? It required a what? A rigid inquiry. Does that go on today? When the cops unalive one of us, delete one of us, does a rigid inquiry go into effect? Does it? Let's see how rigid this was. Read.
Come. Shalakia. A rigid inquiry into this affair and the infliction of exemplary punishment.
Right? What is exemplary punishment?
Shalakia, sir. I would imagine it just means to punish someone a little, not just based on their crime, but feeling you got to make an example of them.
That's right. That's right.
Come.
That is it.
Come.
Now read on.
Come. Shalakia, sir. Accordingly, the Cartledges were arrested and confined in Philadelphia, and the High Sheriff of Chester County went with two influential men of the province to Conestoga to confer with the Indians as to what should be done with them.
Now, when you get unalive, does anybody come and confer with your leader?
La.
No. Why? What did America do? What did America do that was so conniving? What did they do? Let me see if you all figure this one out. I'm gonna be impressed. Now think about what's going on right now in the Middle East with Hamas and Israel. What did America do? Make a guess.
Shalakia, sir. I mean, of course, we know they signed a bunch of treaties.
No. Okay. Think along this part, right? Remember, one of the white men or two white men killed a Native Indian, right?
Okay.
When he killed the Native Indian, right? The top white man in the community, right? The mayor or whoever was over the community, right? Two of them went to the Native Indian tribe, right?
Okay.
Which means what in relation to the white man and the Native Indian? What does it? What do you see here? The white man, right? And the native Indian.
So lucky, sir. So first of all, the white man, he's gonna take authority in the situation.
No. Think about it. You being hypothetical. Just think right here. Simple. 2 white men went to see the native Indians. What does that tell you about their relationship?
They were at peace, sir. Salakia.
You on it? They were at peace. Meaning what? They were 2 what?
Allies.
I'll take allies, but I'm looking for the word. They were separate.
Oh, can.
Right? So now, right? A native Indian will be considered a what?
He was considered a savage.
He was your rocket science here, right?
So lucky, sir. He was a savage, so he wasn't on the same level.
No. Today, a native Indian would be considered a what? If he has a passport, is that passport saying Cherokee?
Salakia.
It
would be like a legal immigrant. Is that what you're looking for?
No.
Salakia.
Come on.
Go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead.
An American, sir.
Yes, he'll be considered an American. Like Negroes today, we consider what? Americans. Right? You in America, you born in America, even though you're what? Even though you're Hispanic, Native Indian, or Black, you are considered a what? An American. And they have outsmarted us in thinking that we were them when we are not them. You understand? We are not them. We're not them. And it's clearly seen by the way they treat us. It's clearly seen that we are separate from them. You telling me we have the least amount in population with 14% of America, but yet in fact we have a higher rate going to jail. You understand? Why? Because they'll make us look like we are what? Criminals. You understand? They put us in situations like they put you in the ghettos of America and make it look like they don't have money to help you in your situation. But they're sending billions across to Ukraine. They're sending billions across to Israel. You understand? All right? They outsmarted us in thinking that we were one of them. Go to Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10 now for me.
Kamikaze, I have it.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. Neither trust thine enemy.
No, not neither.
Never.
Yeah, we gotta get
never
that.
Trust thine enemy.
That word will change your whole entire meaning. It's saying what?
Not a right in the small Salakia. Never trust thine enemy.
Never trust thine enemy. Never. You know that in the streets. Well, guess what? The Lord showing you in this book, in this Bible, that you are never supposed to trust your enemies. Now go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. This is a what? A punishment from the Lord that happened to specific people. And it's going to tell you who your enemy is.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the...
No. 28 and 68. Go to 28 and 60. Just for time's sake, let's go right to the meter.
Cursed shall be in the city.
No. Listen, Darash. 28 and 68.
28:68. Salakia, sir.
Right? So this is a punishment from the Lord. And he told Moses to tell us that he was going to punish us if we did not obey his commandments. Now read this for me.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And the Lord was going to do what?
Shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
The Lord was going to bring thee into Egypt again with ships. You understand? Egypt is synonymous with the word what? Mizraim, which is what? Means the house of bondage. Remember, Moses came out of Egypt, but he told the people they were going to go back again into Egypt with what?
With ships.
With ships. Now, take $1 out your pocket. Take $1 out your pocket and ask yourself, why is there a pyramid on that dollar? With an all-seeing eye that comes from Egypt. Why is it? Why? Because we came to Egypt again with what?
With ships.
With ships. This is speaking about black people. You're speaking about the Negroes, the Hispanics. You understand? Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt see it no more again.
We was going to see our homeland no more again. They like to say what? Where do they say black people from?
From Africa.
Yeah, from Africa. We ain't from that place. We are not Africans. We are from the Middle East. You understand? The so-called Israeli and the Arabs, they are sitting on our land that the Lord gave to us, our forefathers. Read on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And there shall, hold on, you can't read that fast. Remember, there's brothers and sisters sitting down in class right now. And the pastors, they don't even go into the Old Testament. Some of them don't even go into the Old Testament. Why? Because Christ came into the New. Dummy. When the hell you can't go? You have to go into the Old Testament. Because that when Christ walked the earth, that is what he was going off of. Read on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And there ye shall be what?
Shall be sold unto your enemies.
Hold on. Sold. You are going to be sold. What happened to us here in America? You know why they don't want to teach you a history? Because if they teach you a history, you can link it back to the Bible. And if you link it back to the Bible, now you have that key to do what?
Know who your enemy is.
Yes, and get free. So guess what? They can't teach you your past. They can't teach you your history. You're forbidden to learn your history. Because if you learn your history, then the Bible becomes plain as day. That it's for black people, it's for the Hispanic, and it's for the Native Indians.
That's right.
Read on.
Sold unto your enemies for bondage.
Hold on. You were sold unto your friend.
Sold unto your enemies.
Your acquaintance.
Sold unto your enemies.
We could vote for Donald Trump. Come on.
Sold unto your enemies.
Yeah, call him a hang in there because people go think I tell them to vote for Donald Trump. Donald Trump is we what?
Our enemy.
Yes. Biden is our what?
Our enemy.
The White House is our what?
Enemy.
Yeah. Anybody sit down in that White House is an enemy to the Lord. Okay, what you say? You sit down in that seat, you're not helping black people. You understand? And the Bible is clearly saying that what? We were sold unto our enemy. And who sold us? The so-called white man, the so-called oppressor. He's the one that sold black people. He's the one that sold our forefathers, our foremothers. separated families. They're doing the same thing. What they're doing to the Hispanic, they did the same thing to black people. They separated their families. You have kids in cages on the border. And on the American dollar, it says what? In God we trust. In God we trust. Yeah, right. You trust in money.
Right.
That's what you trust in. And you're going when we get through the story right here, I hope I don't hold you all for the next 4 hours here. But bear with me, please. I'm gonna try to finish it in half now. I ain't gonna hold you up for the next 4 hours. I'm just joking. All right?
Come on.
Read on.
Come on, sir. Salakia.
No. Let the brother finish. That part. Your soul unto your enemies. We can't forget that next part.
Con. Verse 68. For bondmen and bondwomen.
Right? For slave man, slave woman.
And no man shall buy you.
No man shall buy you, meaning what? No man was going to save us from this captivity. Only Christ could come and save us from this captivity we're in right now. We still ain't saved from this captivity. Yes, I don't know what them Christian church teaching you. You go to Christian church, they tell you what? They what? What did the Christian church tell you? I'm saved by the blood of Christ. I don't know about you, but I'm saved. I'm saved. And then we're going to have to go catch the bus. Right? Then we got to go stand in a line. You understand? Why? Because we're still in captivity as a people. We still. Come on. No. Tab on. Go back to the book. Somebody get me whole Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Go back to the book.
Come on. Read on, sir.
Yeah.
Come on. Accordingly, the Cartledges were arrested and confined in Philadelphia, and the high sheriff of Chester County went with 2 influential men of the province to Conestoga to confer with the Indians as to what should be done with them.
You understand? Because now what? And that's to show you why we should be separate. Because when incidents like these happen with George Floyd, with Trayvon Martin, they should be bringing these so-called oppressors to us so that we can give justice to the families of these men and these women. You understand? But because we join to them, now we have to trust that the oppressor is going to judge his own people. When that will never happen. You understand? That's like right now in the war. Israel committing crimes. The Israeli soldiers committing crimes. Guess who is investigating these Israeli soldiers?
The Israelis.
Yeah. And guess what they're coming up with?
No crimes were committed.
No crimes were committed.
Hold himself not guilty.
Yes. No crimes is committed. But guess what? They're going to tell you, you're a criminal, though. They're going to make sure. They'll make sure you get, years to life. Read on. Tab 1.
Come on. Salakia.
Skip down to the highlighted part just for time's sake.
Come on. What an inconceivable spectacle to us today. The governments of Pennsylvania and New York so fully recognizing an Indian to be a person.
To be a what?
A person.
Read on.
And his murder a thing to be anxiously and swiftly atoned for if possible.
You understand? Do you understand what is being said? When you are separate, the oppressor has no choice but to respect you as a people. You understand? He has no choice. Does America like China?
Lies, sir.
Does America respect China?
Kind of one kind.
Yes, they do. They still do business. How do you think the Chinese could come in here and now buy tons of land to sell weed? Why? Because they're doing business with America. What about the Arabs? Does the white man love the Arabs? No, it's just business. It's business. When he went over and took over Afghanistan, guess what? Ooh, 99 or over 90% of your drugs was coming in from Afghanistan. It was business. Did you hear any Afghanistanis going to jail for selling drugs?
Lies, sir.
No. Guess who's going to jail for selling drugs? Black man. Black woman. You understand? I'm not condoning it, but if one going to jail for selling drugs, then the next one should. If we equal, if black people going to jail for selling drugs, then white men should be going to jail for selling drugs too, right? Let's if we equal. Right? Read on tab 1.
Come.
Right, skip down to the highlighted part.
Come. Doubtless the brothers Cartledge made up their minds to die.
Brother, I'm praying for that day to come back where a oppressor commits a crime and he knows he's going to have to pay for it with his life. He knows if he touched one of us, he's going to have to pay for it with his life. And each one of us, he's going to have to recognize us as a what? As a person, as someone. Not as a cockroach that you step on, you squish, and you just dust your foot off after, and life goes on. What did they do? What did they try to do to Michael Brown? Remember what the cop said? What Darren, is it Darren Wilson? He said what? Michael Brown was what? Big and strong, and he was scared for his life. So he pulled his gun out and did what? And yes, in his head, right there on the spot. All our oppressor have to say is he feared for his life. And that's it. Right? Read on.
Come. Doubtless the brothers Cartledge made up their minds to die.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. The 5 nations took a different view.
But what?
The 5 nations took a different view.
And this is the problem with us today. Read on.
Come. They desired that the Cartledges should not suffer death, and the affair was at length amicably settled.
You understand?
The old record.
That's like who? Remember when remember that shooting in the church in South Carolina? Right? When Dylan Storm Roof went into the church and deleted 9 innocent people. And what did the family members of those 9 people do?
Salaki, sir. They tried to pray for him, right?
Yes, they tried to pray for him. They went in there and told, when they had the time to speak to the judge, we forgive him. We forgive him. You understand? Save that forgiveness for your brother. Save that forgiveness for your sister.
Right.
These oppressors, pray that the Lord come and destroy them. All of them. You understand? Pray that the Lord give Donald Trump cancer, Biden cancer, the whole family cancer. Because what they're doing to black people in America, what they're doing to the Hispanics in America, somebody gonna have to pay for it.
Right.
You understand? Somebody gonna have to pay for it. Read on.
Okay. One life, said the Indian king, on this occasion is enough to be lost.
You understand? And this don't sound like no savage. This don't sound like no savage. You understand? This sound like a man that has some type of moral or some type of integrity about him. You understand? Read on.
Come. There should not two die. This was in 1722.
This was when?
1722.
1722. This happened. And now today, the native Indians have to protest that the oppressor don't run a pipeline to suck all the oil out his land. They got to protest while he does it.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
And there was a report, there was an uprising, I can't remember exactly what state, where they was excavating this site to build more housing for the oppressor, and they dug up some Native American bodies. And so the Native Americans went over there to protest, and they pulled guns on them.
You understand? Right? So you see the difference from what? 17 what?
1722, sir.
1722 to 2024. The oppressor, let this say it for itself. Read on.
Come, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Jump down to the next highlighted part.
No. Just you see between those highlights that part there. That's some meat.
Yeah. Go
ahead.
Sir. In 1763, there were only 20 of these Conestoga Indians left.
There were only what?
20 of these Conestoga Indians left.
From 17 what? 22, right?
Come, so 41 years, sir.
In 41 years, it reduced to 20 Native Indians. Now you understand why we are locked up in prison. Our men are locked up in prison. Why our women are pushed into the abortion clinics. Why everything about us is just a stench of death. Why? Because he is trying to do this again. He did it to the Native Indians. Now he's trying to do it to who? The blacks and Hispanics in America. Now he's trying to do it. Right? Read on.
Come.
Now, hold where you're at. Give me Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10.
God, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's like it. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Never trust thine enemy.
Mm-hmm.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
For like what?
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
The Bible said never trust your oppressor. Never trust these heathens. Because it says iron rusted. Why? Because iron what?
Rust.
Yes. So you could never trust your enemies because you have to consider that he's doing what to you all the time. What are you going to have to consider?
Lying to you. Or deceiving you.
He's deceiving you. He's telling you what? We need all black men to come and vote. I don't care if all black people come and vote. We are just 14% of the population. You are not going to even put a dent into who's going to run into that office. We're not doing it. We can't do it. Why? Because out of that 14%, we still have brothers where in jail. We still have sisters in jail. Right? So now we are being deceived into thinking we what? We part of society. Well, if we part of society, let us run our schools.
Right.
Let us teach our kids. You teach your kids. You make policies that your kids can't be taught certain things in school. You telling me I'm going to school, right, for 10 years of my life, and I can't read one book a black person wrote in school? Can't read a history book? So what you teaching me to be? You teaching me to be an oppressor? That's what you're teaching me to be? So now I'm going to go to school, and guess what? I'm going to lose what they call your blackness. You understand? I might lose it. Come on, what is it going to say? Somebody say, excuse me.
Sir.
Okay. Right? I might lose my blackness. I might lose my culture going to school. Might lose it. That's why you go to school and you come out, you talk in a totally different way. When you go for the interview, you got to stop talking the way you talk with your brothers and them in the ghetto, in the hoods. You got to go upon a suit and tie, and now you got to talk. You got to switch your voice up to talk to them. We are going to have to segregate from the so-called oppressor.
Right.
You understand? But ain't no sweat. We're going to go to school. We're going to excel in their schools. We're going to excel in whatever we put our hands to. And we're going to come back right in the ghetto, and we're going to build it up. We'll come and sit down right in this class, and you're going to learn how to love one another, how to care for one another. You understand? We're going to do it. And we're going to build a nation. We're going to build a nation that is totally separate from these people. We try to live with them, but these buggers are. You cannot live in peace with this so-called white man. You cannot. Read on.
Come on, sir. Salakia. 7 men, 5 women, and 8 children. They were still living.
7 men.
7 men, 5 women, and 8 children.
You can still try to make a comeback with that, right? 7, 5 women. How much children?
8 children.
8 children. You can still try to make a little comeback with that, right? Read on.
Okay. They were still living in their village on the Shawnee Creek. Their lands being assured to them by manorial gift. But they were miserably poor.
Like what? They were living where? Where were they living? If you had to compare it to today.
The reservation, sir?
Yeah. And where? The reservation is equivalent to what?
A ghetto.
Yes. Like they make sure that you are what? Poor and they are rich. How in the hell you could tell me you come and meet me on my land? And then I just have this small little portion living in squalor. I came here and work and give you 400 years of free labor, and I'm living in squalor. You are a beast. You are a thief. You are a murderer. And the Lord is going to deal with you. Read on.
Come on. Slug. Come. Assured to them by manorial gift, but they were miserably poor.
Mm-hmm.
Earned by making brooms, baskets, and wooden bowls a part of their living, and begged the rest.
And what?
And begged the rest.
And what does that mean, you're begging for the rest? That's called what today? What is that called today? Come on.
Would that be like you're starving for the rest, like you're starving, or like you're hungry for something?
Yes, but what is that called today? Come on, somebody's going to say
like government assistance.
Yes.
Government aid, EBT.
Yes. I'm on it. I don't care. Give me all of it. I'll take it. You understand? But that's what they do. They turn around and then have you beg for things that is owed to you. Read on.
Come. They were wholly peaceable and unoffending.
That sound like who?
The oppressor.
No.
Say it again.
That sound like us in America. We peaceable people here in America. Don't bother nobody. Unless somebody come bother us. Don't bother nobody. Is black people trying to take over China? Is black people trying to take over America? Is black people trying to take over them countries in Arab in the Middle East? We're not doing that. We're not even trying to take over Russia, none of these places. We are peaceable people. We're just trying to survive in this place. That's what we're trying to do, survive.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Didn't Columbus say the same thing about the Puerto Ricans when he went over there? He said they was the most wonderful people he ever seen.
Yeah.
The Taínos.
Yes.
And they did the same thing to them as well.
Yes. Because as the Bible says, he's the murderer on the face of the earth. Read on.
Come. They were wholly peaceable and unoffending, friendly to their white neighbors, and pitifully clinging and affectionate, naming their children after whites who were kind to them.
Wow.
And striving in every way to show their gratitude and goodwill.
Wow. What that sounding like, Hawk? That sounding like us in America here today. We name our children after white men, white women. We do it. We affectionate. We see something happen to white people. We what? We like, that ain't right. To the Chinese, that ain't right. To anybody, if we see something bad happen to them, we try to be like, that ain't right. Look at what, we don't even know the Palestinians. But there are black people in a protest with these Palestinians. You ask a black man, when was Palestine created? He does not know. He doesn't know.
Okay.
You ask him, what's a Palestinian favorite food dish? Better not say fried chicken. He does not know. He don't know. All he knows is he's seeing something happening to a person that happened to him, and that ain't right. Because he's compassionate. Be compassionate. But we're going to have to channel that compassionate towards our people, to our brothers. That's who we got to channel that to. You understand? We got to channel that to our people. We're going to have to give each other love and affection. These native Indians thought that would have saved their life. They thought it would have saved their life. Read on.
Come. Upon this little community, a band of white men, said by some of the old records to be Presbyterians, from Paxton, made an attack at daybreak on the 14th of December. They found only 6 of the Indians at home, 3 men, 2 women, and a boy. The rest were away, either at work for the white farmers or selling their little wares. This is a quote. These poor defenseless creatures were immediately fired upon, stabbed, and hatcheted to death. The good Shabazz, Salagas, I can't pronounce that word, among the rest, cut to pieces in his bed.
That's the name of a brother. That's the name of a native Indian brother.
Con.
Right?
Con.
You understand what just took place here? What just took place here?
Genocide, sir?
A massacre, a crime.
Massacre.
A crime. Does that go on today?
Salaki, sir. It sounds just like in the time of the Maccabees.
But I'm talking about today. Does this song like it goes on like this go on today?
Answer.
Yeah. You remember the brother that was running from the cop in South Carolina? And he got 4 in his back. And if it wasn't for the camera, a brother who was recording what was taking place, that police officer would have get off. How many? How could I forget? What about Trayvon Martin?
Right.
What's the white boy name?
It's George Zimmerman, sir.
George Zimmerman. Was he a police officer? No. He got off though. He got off. And that was a what? That was nigh on to a what? A lynching. Just with a gun.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
When he called the police, the police told him not to confront the young man.
Yes.
And he did it anyway, and then wound up killing him because he wanted to kill him.
Yes. Yes. Just like these Presbyterians, and they call them Presbyterians. What is another word for a Presbyterian?
Christian, sir?
A Christian.
That's the first thing.
You are Christian, you are learning from these Presbyterians. You're learning from these criminals. You're learning how to be a criminal. Why? Because you go to church and they teach you that the God laws are done away with. You are a criminal to the Lord if you think his laws are done away with. You understand? According to God. You can't break his laws. You understand? Now go back to Ecclesiasticus. Tell a little more where you read on that tab one. But go back to Ecclesiasticus 12. And I think what verse we left off at? 10, I think it's read verse 11.
Khan, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Right? Though he humble himself and go crouching. So what picture is it painting for you?
Like he's trying to be kind and trying to be humble. But
so he's not looking what?
So he's not looking like deceptive, like he's trying to harm you.
He's not looking like he's going to harm you.
Right.
He's looking as, he's looking like a lamb, like a sheep.
A wolf in sheep's clothing?
Yes, but he's looking like a sheep. Does a sheep look like, if you walk into a brother yard and you see a sheep,
Salakius,
right? You're going to be scared?
He's giving you an illusion
So like, sir.
Uh-huh.
It's like that dog that roll over on his back and wait for you to put your hand out so it can bite it.
Yeah. So he is, as the brother was saying, he's giving you what? An illusion by him doing what? Humbling himself and what? Crouching. Read our next part, yet what? Yet what? Come on, are you with me?
Say it again, sir.
Yet, continue reading from yet take
good heed and beware of him.
Yet take good heed and be what? Beware of him. Meaning, though he look like this man in the suit and tie, right? You know, Donald Trump look, right? Donald Trump look like what? Like he runs a big company. He is a criminal.
Right.
Beware of him. Biden in a nice suit. You understand? His son is a crackhead. You understand? Read on.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Meaning what? You gonna have to do what? You gonna have to really look what? Hard at him. You gotta look hard at him. Right? You gotta really look at him and see him for who he is. Read on.
And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah. So today, what happened? He's tried to do what? He tried to give tariffs. He tried to give you WIC, EBT. He tried to tell you, you know what? I give a ton of money to your mayor so that he can improve your living situation. He can do this to you. Guess what? He doesn't care about you. Or else, guess what? He has enough money. He has enough money to turn that ghetto into a very nice city. You have enough money to do it. He has it. But he's not going to do it. You understand? Read on.
Wakan, verse 12. Set him not by thee.
Meaning what? What is it saying here? Read it one more time.
Set him not by thee.
Don't set him by thee. Meaning what? What is this saying?
Salaki, sir.
Uh-huh.
Beware where you pitch your tent.
Don't let them get close to you.
I've heard some brothers say about touching and agreeing and all that.
So I mean, somebody saying something else?
What you just said just brought that thought to my mind.
The brother was saying something.
A brother came into class. He was responding to your question.
Okay. What did he say?
What you saying brought the thought of not pitching a tent, watching where, and then also touching and agreeing.
Yeah.
And
So.
That's all I have right now.
Yeah, you correct. Watch where you pitch your tent. You correct. Watch where you go live. Better watch where you go live. Don't set yourself next to him. Meaning what? Integration was a failure to black people.
That's right.
Because the Bible say, set him not by thee. So now we go integrate. Where's the stores? Durham was a black city with black businesses. You understand? It was nigh on to being a what? Black Wall Street. And these bastards start running highways through our businesses. You understand? Why? Because some of us wanted to be like them. So guess what? They took the bait. And what was the bait? This highway was going to bring what? What you think the bait was?
The bait is always money. They thought they were going to bring prosperity to the community.
Yes. And they were going to do what? organize for you to have your stores somewhere else. That never happened. Just like what? The 40 acres and a mule never happened. You can't trust these people.
So like it, sir.
Come on.
When they started to build a highway, they told them it was going to take 2 years. It took 14 years. By the time they was finished, the community was destroyed.
Yeah. Who you don't have money for this month rent as yet. You can imagine waiting 14 years. Oh, brother, we all gonna be on the bread line. We all gonna be pitching tent, you know what I mean, on the road somewhere. Read on.
Kanwakasa. When he have overthrown thee.
No. They say less. Don't forget that word out.
Oh, Slacky. Lest when he have overthrown thee. He stand up in thy place.
He stand up where?
In thy place.
So now he calls himself what? What does he call himself?
American.
So like a Jew.
Yes, he called himself a Jew. He calls himself a what? Native Indian. You hear him? What's the term to call them? $5 Indian. You understand? They call themselves Indian now, Native Indians. They call themselves Israel. You understand? Or Jews. Why? Because we wanted to be up next to them. We wanted to be American. And guess what? They overthrew us. Now we have no businesses, right? And when I say we have no businesses, understand what I'm saying. Meaning this. Yes, of course, we have some black businesses, but it's nowhere compared to your white counterpart businesses. Nowhere compare. Like, we don't have a black company that's making toilet paper. If the toilet, if what I call it, Shaman, if Kirkland, and them say, you know what? We are not selling toilet paper to no more black people. What's going to happen?
Their profit margin is gone.
No, they're gonna make the money out. It's me and you we in trouble. Right. They're gonna make the money. Who you think making all the rappers rich? Why you think the rappers ain't coming out and speaking against what is actually going on in America? Who's making the rappers rich?
The oppressed children.
Yes, the oppressor children. That's why when you see some white boy in some company van playing Jay-Z or, you know what I mean, or give me some of them young boys. With Maya or Yermak. What's some of them young boys' name?
Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
Meek Mill.
Right, Meek Mills. Come on.
Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi Vert.
JP.
Go ahead. What did the man say? JP. You understand? When they're playing all that music, that's who making all the money. They getting all the money from the oppressor. You understand? We ain't getting all the money. We ain't giving them, we ain't making them rich. Right? Read on.
Kanwakasa. Neither let him sit at thy right hand.
Oh boy. Meaning what? Who sits at your right hand? Who you listen? Go ahead.
Your advisor.
Your advisor, and who again?
Yeah.
Your main man.
Your main man. Your best friend. Yeah. You tell a brother, the oppressor, the devil, the Bible speaks of. He is going in his mind. You talking about his best friend. Oh, not my best friend. No, he will do anything for me. When I was short on my rent, he helped me with it. When we was going to a trip in the Caribbean, he paid for my trip. All right? Read on. He got me this job in Congress. Yeah, he must be, you know, I mean, he sits at your right hand, right? Read on.
Lest he seek to take thy seat.
Let's see what?
He seek to take thy seat.
Don't ever think you being over a white man and he's going to sit right next to you and take that. He is not taking it.
Right.
He's going to formulate a way to take your place. He's going to do it. You better understand that and know these people are not to be trusted.
Right.
You understand? Your people, you have your organization getting funded from the state, from the county, right? A black organization. Guess what? There's a white organization that is concocting or trying to take that money from you.
So like, sir,
come on.
It's like what they got Rock Nation, the so-called Jay-Z music label, right? But it's up under Universal Music Group. The Jewish own the Universal Music Group,
right?
But Jay-Z got Rock Nation, so he still got the Jewish man over the top of him.
Yes, they're not going to let black people run that music business, even though what? 99% of the people in the rap industry is what? Black.
Right.
But they'll never let you run that industry because that industry, like every industry on the earth, white people want to run it and want to rule it.
Right.
You understand? We are the only people that do not understand. We are in, we have a race and we are in a race. You understand? We don't understand that. We don't understand we born with our what? With your uniform. That skin is your uniform. That bloodline you come from is your uniform.
Right.
But we don't understand it. They do. These oppressors, oh, they do. They do understand that, boy. Right, read on.
Kanwakan. And thou at the last remember my words. And be pricked therewith.
Wait, what does it mean? And thou at the last remember my words. At the last what? At the last what? At the last moment. When you're in it and you realize, oh, ish, I should have never listened to this so-called oppressor. I should have never listened to him. He told me God loves everybody. But guess what? I ain't seen no love coming my way. I seen love going to Karen. You understand? I seen love going to the Chinese. I seen love going to the Africans. But ain't no love coming my way.
So like, sir.
Come on.
It's like, I feel as if I led my people into a burning house.
Yes.
Right.
That's a last minute. And then a few months after, shots to the head. Shalom. That was it. Right? If those of you who don't understand what Ayathan was making mention of, Ayathan was making mention of Martin Luther King. When he recognized at the last minute what he did by joining us to the so-called oppressor, he actually carried us into a burning house. Meaning he created a dangerous way of living for black people. It was real dangerous. You understand? So much dangerous, we're paying for it right now in America. That's how dangerous it was. You must ask yourself why all the rebellious men on this plantation, why you don't read about them in your schools? Why there's no statues for them? Why is there no statue for Nat Turner? Any of these young brothers know about Nat Turner in the class?
Gone.
Right? Yeah, I know you know about Nat Turner. You understand? But these young brothers that coming up in these schools, Zach, they don't know about Nat Turner unless a family member or they hear it on some YouTube or somewhere. Or they come in this class and sit down.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
They won't find out about it until they bump into that crazy uncle that nobody likes.
That's right. Yeah. We'll try to tell them, yo, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
That's the uncle you're supposed to listen to. That crazy uncle. All right. Now, Tabo one, before I go, is there any more inside there? You read any more inside there that you think I should bring out?
Let me see 1 second, sir. Khan, so I can just finish it out. I can do it fast.
Go ahead.
It's good stuff. Khan. It says the good Shabazz among the rest cut to pieces in his bed. All of them were scalped and otherwise horribly mangled. Then their huts were set on fire and most of them burnt down. Shabazz was a very old man, having assisted at the second treaty held with Mr. Penn in 1701, and ever since continued a faithful friend to the English.
You understand? Like we have been trying this since the what? 1700s, Ark? We've been trying to work with the so-called oppressor since the 1700s. And he has been doing this to us. You understand? Been scalping us. You understand? Not physically, as I would say. Now they ain't using the knife. They're using what? The gun on the hip. And treating us like we animals. When we God chosen people, never forget that, black man. Hispanics and Native Indian. You are God chosen people. You are special people. Never forget that. I don't care where you come from. You are a black man like me. As Commander Johanna said, you worth something. You're worth something. Read on. All right. Tab on, you good?
Come on. So yeah, that's it, sir.
That's it. All right. Any more on that Ecclesiasticus?
That was the last part I read, and be pricked therewith after the 12th verse. And the 12th verse.
Read verse 13.
13. Khan. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
That is what?
That is bitten with a serpent.
You ever see them Christian church where they be playing with snake?
Khan, I think I've heard a story about that.
Right. When the snake bite them, what do you say?
That's what you get for playing with a snake.
Yeah. You ain't pitying him. You ain't pitying him. So don't play with the white man. You understand? Don't play with him. You understand? Don't be friends with him because he is going to bite you.
Right.
Right? Read on.
Khan, or any such as come nigh wild beast.
Right? You ever see that man who be playing with them bears?
Right.
And be trying to train them. And then all of a sudden, once that bear get whole out of scruff. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel sorry for them?
So like it, sir.
Come on, Anthon.
Remember, what's his name? Steven,
Steve Owen.
Yeah.
Cranky.
Oh yeah, Crocodile Hunter. Yeah, the crocodile.
Yeah, Crocodile Man, the Australian.
Took him on out, huh?
Yeah. You know,
Okay, sir.
Come on.
I'd like the new ones with they be trying to box against the kangaroos.
Yeah, you don't pity them. You laugh when you see stuff like that.
Right.
You understand? But the oppressor, he wants you to feel sorry for them. You don't go playing wrong animals like that. Right. And that's like playing around the white man like that. Right. You're going to get bites. That's why when we hear certain news, we're not shocked. We know who he is. You want to know why he's the only man on the face of the earth that doesn't have any pigmentation? Is because the Lord marked him, gave him the mark of Cain.
Right.
He has the mark of Cain to let us know, let the earth know that he's the murderer on the face of the earth.
That's right.
You think Cousin Pookie in jail, he's a big murderer? Oh, you ever heard about Hitler? You ever hear about Mussolini?
Right.
Oh, you ever heard about America, what America did to them slaves?
Right.
Oh, no, Cousin Pookie ain't a big criminal compared to America.
That's
what America did to the Native Indians. You read about 8 Native Indians who was just minding their business, and up come your Christian and put one in his chest and hack them to death and scalp them. For what? They done in squalor. They're poor. And you're still oppressing them? The Lord going to pay back for that, double, as the Bible says. The Bible says you're going to be rewarded double for what you did to us. Right. Double. You understand? All right. I know up on the time. All right. You all know how to watch me like that. I know up on the time. I see you all bending on watching your rest. You know what I mean? Come on.
It's like I had a question about the pride possibly being sin in Ecclesiastes 10, 12, 13.
Go ahead.
No, it was a question from I think it was last week or the week before.
Go ahead.
You told me to text it to you.
Did I? No. Read it one more time. Let's see if I got it.
Come on, let me get it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Book of Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his maker.
Yes.
Verse 15. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination, and therefore the Most High brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly.
Right. So pride being a sin, right?
Come on.
So is it a sin to be proud that you're Israelite?
But also it could be
no. Just relax. It's not prideful to be an Israelite, but there's a bad pride.
Right.
Right. So pride in itself is not a sin, is what come after the pride. You understand what I'm saying? So for example, when the Bible say pride cometh before a great fall.
Right. Come on.
You understand? Right? So the pride ain't the sin. What is the sin? You can't take correction.
Come on.
You understand? That's the sin. You understand? You're not willing to go to sit down in class and learn that pork, you can't eat pork. Crab, shrimp, and lobster. Somebody had to go pull the you know what I mean, stats of all stats to show you eating pork is wrong. Eating crab, shrimp, and lobster is wrong. You so proud. There's a scripture in Ecclesiastes, I think, that explain a pride you should not have. Oh, better that. In Genesis, right? What's that pride? That pride, is it pride or nakedness? I think I'm getting mixed up. But I know in Ecclesiasticus, there's a verse in there that explains to us a pride you should not have. You shouldn't be proud of certain things. You shouldn't be proud to be what?
The LGBTQ.
Yeah. See how that is? You shouldn't be proud to be that. You shouldn't be in the streets and what I call it, that Pride Month. You shouldn't be in the streets doing that. That's a what? That's a bad pride. That's a sin. You understand?
Come on.
Pride by itself, that's not the sin, but the pride along with you being a LGBTQ. Oh yeah, no, now you're committing a sin. You understand? Come on.
Come on. I think what's throwing me off is it saying the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High.
Yes, because it's just like this. You don't want to take correction because you're proud. So now, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna marry a white woman.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Now
you're gonna eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster because you too proud to be corrected, like these Christians.
Come on.
Interracial marriage is a sin, and some brothers are so proud. You can't tell me who to love. You can't tell me who to marry. Ain't no sweat, brother. When that oppressor running you down with a baseball bat, you understand?
Come on.
Or when that oppressor take you to court and take almost half or all your money, now all that pride gonna leave you, and you'll be like, you know what? The UPK was right. You understand? Then he gonna remember what? He gonna remember it at the last.
Come on.
You understand?
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
So the pride is talking about there. That's the pride they don't want.
Come on.
The pride we're reading about is the pride that you don't want, but there's a pride you want, and you should be proud to be an Israelite. You should be proud to be black. That's where it should be, proud to be black, proud to be Hispanic, proud to be a Native Indian. Proud of it, man. You are God's chosen people.
Come on, sir.
All right.
Come on, the water out of one.
I am about. Any more questions in the class? If not, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Officer Banke. Any questions in the class? Tab 1.
Sir.
All right. I mean, brothers and sisters, you all continue to come in here, support the truth, support the brothers and sisters. You understand that go there and do this work. You know what I mean? You see what's going on in here. We reading straight out of the Bible. We getting your history, getting your stuff that your Christian pastor ain't gonna give you. You're not gonna learn these things in your school. You understand? But you're gonna learn inside here. You're gonna learn real black unity. You're gonna learn it. You understand? And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Officer Banke.
Men of Israel are Majim, which means to stand. Sisters in Shab means to be seated. Men of Israel are going to render one courtesy salute to Captain Nayathak. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim Shabrak.
Hold on. I don't know why I can't move it. Tab 1. Okay. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yashai Brakathum.
Yadamatah. Hands down, Sar, turning face to sisters. Sisters, Imajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to our sisters. Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh
Shema Taba Shimei Shai.
Yadamata. Yashab means to be seated. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to treasury department or teacher. Priest funds, the free will offering for priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming Holy Convocation, we have the memorial blowing of trumpets, first day of the 7th month, Wednesday, October the 2nd of this year, according to the book of Leviticus, 23rd chapter, verses 24 through 25. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, class dismissed.